What is going on, NCTI friends? Welcome back to another episode of Wired Wisdom, presented by NCTI. My name is James, and for this episode, we'll be discussing Wi-Fi 6. Depending on the MSO and where you work or reside, you may already have Wi-Fi 6 deployed in your area. You may even already be utilizing it and probably don't even know it. Wi-Fi 6 is the best and most robust wireless technology that the Wi-Fi Alliance has released in a very long time. In true Wired Wisdom fashion, let's take a closer look at this truly awesome technology, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a newfound appreciation for all things Wi-Fi 6. Until recently, Wi-Fi generations were referred to by an arcane naming scheme that required you to understand whether 802.11n was faster than 802.11ac, and whether 802.11ac was faster than 802.11ax. And whether any of those names were just made up nonsense. And I'll let you know that there was a reason for the 802.11 naming scheme, but guess what? Nobody really cares because it's easier to call it out in numeric order. So to fix that, the Wi-Fi Alliance decided to rename Wi-Fi generations with simple version numbers. The generation of Wi-Fi 802.11ac turned into Wi-Fi 5. And the newest generation, previously known as 802.11ax, is now Wi-Fi 6. You probably won't hear the Wi-Fi 5 name used very much since it's been around for 5 years and got its name changed back in October 2018. For Wi-Fi 6, you might see the 802.11ax name here and there. However, companies largely seem to be on board with just using the simplified Wi-Fi 6 naming scheme. Speaking of being on board, statistics show that Wi-Fi is here to stay for quite a while. Wi-Fi 6 will be by far the predominant deployed Wi-Fi system by 2023, not only here in the United States, but all over the world. So let's talk about a few of the game-changing features that Wi-Fi 6 offers. First, Wi-Fi 6 is about 4 times faster than Wi-Fi 5 in theory for a single stream. And though that's really great, the real advantages come from other additional new features that have been added that makes it feel even faster. There are fundamentally 2 reasons for these faster speeds. The first reason is the implementation of multi-user, multiple in, multiple out, also known as multi-user MIMO. With multi-user MIMO, transmission capabilities doubled from 4 antennas in Wi-Fi 5 to 8 antennas with Wi-Fi 6. This means that this technology can transmit and receive up to 8 times the amount of data at once, allowing for less congestion and better performance. The second reason is orthogonal frequency division multiple access. Prior to Wi-Fi 6, every time someone received or sent something through Wi-Fi, the entire channel was allocated for that activity. Even if they wanted to send a single word tweet, the data would reserve the full channel and everyone else had to wait, even though they needed only a very small portion of it. Even though OFDM was used, they received the entire lane when using it. In short, it's inefficient. In the past, this wasn't much of an issue, but over the past few years, this is becoming more and more of an issue when looking at the wireless landscape we live within. Think about an average family and the number of wireless devices using the network. Currently, the average amount of transmitting Wi-Fi devices is around 9, but that number is growing and can be as high as 50 devices in 3 or more years. Smartphones, laptops, gaming systems, work computers, streaming devices such as Roku, Apple TV, smart TVs, Alexa, and the list goes on and on. When all these devices are receiving and transmitting large amounts of data, everyone starts to slow down. Good news, folks, Wi-Fi 6 with the use of OFDMA adjusts and reserves a portion of a channel for the user, allowing for more transmissions on a given channel and not reserving the whole channel for one user. In short, OFDMA figures out what a particular session's transmit and receive needs are and then reserves that amount of data space within a channel and then sends it all at once up and down. You know, I think I have a better way of explaining this. Let's imagine an 8-lane highway. And each lane of the channel on this highway is a path from the router to the devices that are connected to it. And each truck within these lanes is the data being sent and received between the router and these devices. Prior to OFDMA, these trucks would be a single data session of a particular device being transmitted and received between the device and the router. With OFDMA, we can essentially put data from multiple devices onto these trucks so that they can all transmit and receive at the same time. Hence, many more users can simultaneously use the RF resources without slowing down others. This is much more efficient. Okay, let's talk about other mind-blowing Wi-Fi 6 features. The next feature is referred to as Target Wake Time, or TWT. This technology allows for more efficient communication between your router or access point and the device regarding sleeping or waking up. By effectively communicating with the device's Wi-Fi radio and only activating it when it needs to be awake, your device will spend less time and energy searching for a wireless signal. In short, TWT saves battery life on devices communicating over Wi-Fi 6. And when I say devices, I also mean IoT devices that run on a battery that do not recharge daily. This can save money over time when considering how often batteries need to be changed out. Another feature is the addition of 2.4 GHz and the advancements made in this band for reaching devices further from the router or access point. You see, Wi-Fi 5 only runs on the 5 GHz band, and routers that are Wi-Fi 5 compatible must also use Wi-Fi 4, also known as 802.11n, to reach 2.4 GHz devices. Wi-Fi 6 can run on both the 5 GHz and the 2.4 GHz bands. The addition of the 2.4 GHz band in relation to all the advancements Wi-Fi 6 brings, we can now reach devices farther in the home, maximizing performance across all channels. Oh wait, there's more. How about basic service set, or BSS coloring? BSS coloring is a method for identifying overlapping basic service sets, or OBSS. With older versions of Wi-Fi, devices attempting to connect to a network used the listen before talk process, which meant the device had to listen for any noise on the channel before transmitting. If there was any noise on the channel, even if it was originated from a distant network, they would have to wait until the channel was clear before transmitting in order to avoid potential interference. Wi-Fi 6 enables the access point to use a color in order to uniquely identify the network. If other traffic is detected on this channel, but it's not in the same color of the local network, devices can ignore it and continue transmission. This can help increase reliability and improve latency. Let's talk about security enhancements that come with Wi-Fi 6. One of the biggest improvements is the implementation of increased password security via the Dragonfly Key Exchange System, also known as SAE, or Simultaneous Authentication of Equals. This authentication method also makes passwords harder to crack by using a more sophisticated method of establishing the handshake with the Wi-Fi network. This added layer of security, coupled with stronger encryption, means Wi-Fi will have more robust security options than ever. Wi-Fi 6 is sounding pretty cool, huh? Well, we definitely aren't done talking about it yet. Have you heard of Wi-Fi 6E? Wi-Fi 6E adds support within the 6 GHz spectrum. That's right, 1200 megahertz of new unlicensed spectrum between 5.950 GHz and 7.125 GHz was added in 2020. And within the 6 GHz band, 7 new 160 megahertz segments are open. This is huge, and with the addition of this spectrum comes more bandwidth, which means faster wireless speeds, and again, lower latencies. It also means less interference. Currently, we only operate in the 2.4 and 5 GHz environment. That means every Wi-Fi device on the current market, except for Wi-Fi 6E, works within this spectrum. For someone to utilize the 6 GHz spectrum, they need a router or access point that is Wi-Fi 6E enabled. And the good news is that once you upgrade to Wi-Fi 6E, it's backwards compatible with previous Wi-Fi versions. The only real downside to Wi-Fi 6E is its reach. So in this instance, your Wi-Fi 6E router will scale back to 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz bands to reach outlying devices. This really is only a problem in larger homes or if you're outside. Mesh network could also be deployed to extend these frequencies throughout the home as well as outside. All right, guys, I hope this was informative, and if you missed anything or you have any ideas for any future Wired Wisdom videos, then please email me at wiredwisdom@ncti.com. Also leave a comment below if you enjoyed this video. We would love to hear it. Well, that does it for me. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to NCTI's YouTube channel to catch the latest Wired Wisdom videos as they are released. Thanks a lot, and be safe out there.